Why do I have to be the one reading? I'm going to be the goofy one. Hey, today we're going to recap season 1.
Whatever works. I am all that's his man. No.
Are you?
That's what it looks like you should have said when you put them on. Alright. Oh, I clicked on this thing. I feel like I'm sweating into it.
Don't drip in it. See, it's not even hooked on. It's just dangling.
Well, I can't reach it.
Well, that's because you have no neck.
There we go. Is that on? Doesn't feel like it's
Is
on.
this one? Hello? Hello? This is terrible.
Sharon? I can't reach my beard.
Can you get that for me?
It's on the coffee table. It's over there.
And could you get me a nice plastic pickle on the way by? Please? Please, hon?
Not one from the bottom of the jar. It's got to be at the top.
The one that's floating, that's always the best pickle.
Got a bit of that crunchy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like this thing.
That's because you have no neck.
I just want it dangled. It's gonna dangle.
Fine, dangle, because you have no neck. If you let your head hang down because you have no neck and your chest is in your face,
well,
it's gonna get choked off.
The top of the pecs are pushing it into
Exactly.
my neck.
It's like you're rear naked choking the stupid thing. It's like, God.
Okay, I'm gonna start this thing.
Okay, sorry.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, and welcome back to the Not Robots podcast. This is the first episode of season 2. And I don't know why I'm the one doing hand signals this time, because my host over here, Harry, is the one who usually does that.
I am no longer hand signaling. I have passed the baton.
Good for you.
Pete will now hand signal. I will sit here in good robotic fashion.
Well, we're not robots, so I don't think you can do that.
We debated last season whether you were or not, and we firmly believe now that you are, considering we've seen you lift things that no human could lift.
But what? What did I lift?
So let's move along. No, please try not to deny. And the government has admitted that you aliens are here, so it's okay.
Wait,
okay.
Which kind
Embrace
of alien?
Well, you're probably some sort of synthoid, flesh-skinned looking.
Heck bent on world destruction?
I don't know about that. You're just probably observing us so that they could come up with good recipes for us.
Well,
A poo-poo platter of humanity.
if you guys are listening, which obviously you are,
Well, they can't be listening right now because we're recording.
Well, when they do hear this, they'll be listening.
You
You may every now and then hear like a creak, a chair. Well, it's because we're in the new temporary studio area, since everything kind of had to get moved. That's all right. I mean, the world kind of turned upside down in the last 6 months.
We're not discussing that.
No, everybody knows what happened.
Sure.
We don't need to talk about that.
Sure.
I mean, remember
No,
when hold on. Remember when we did some other episodes in the past?
Which
No,
past? Our past, the other
season
past?
1 past.
Which
The real past.
the
Like,
real-
not like nanosecond is now the past.
So not now past now. Not right now. Oh, it's gone now. But then,
But we're talking about previous to the 6 months ago.
so pre-then.
Right. Like, let's talk about, a recap of what season 1 had.
It
You know,
had
maybe somebody's listening to this that doesn't know, and they go, hey, should I listen to the previous episodes? The answer is probably not. Because
Why not?
Well, maybe. The first two are...
I thought the first one was exceptional.
Well, the first one, honestly, I thought was great, except the audio quality was terrible.
That's because our editor sucked at the time.
Well, it's still the same editor.
Oh, I hope he's not listening.
He's talking.
Oh, my bad.
What was the name of that first episode?
How to move a castle.
How to move a castle.
Yes, not chess. We're not talking about castling,
You know,
but it
the
was.
rook is is the one that looks like a little castle.
Correct.
The act of castling.
Yes.
Is the swapperoo.
Yes.
Diddly-do.
If you want to call it that.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're a chess player, you know where to get a hold of us. That's at notrobotsquestions@gmail.com.
If you're a chess player, don't ask us any questions. We don't play chess.
I play chess.
We don't play chess.
I mean, I almost put on an Alienware hat today. That's how much of a nerd I am.
Once again, admitting that he is not one of us.
Just upset that they're not the same company they used to be. That's all.
It's Dell now.
I know. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but what they used to do was like, I mean, they really came up with some super innovative stuff.
You should go ROG.
What about Tough?
Nah, ROG's better. At least
Really?
I'm a believer in ROG.
Well, my new motherboard's Asus Tough
See?
X570.
Republic of Gaming. Asus. ROG.
Yeah, but
so go ROG.
But Tough is also Asus.
I like ROG better. Because, I mean, they look like little spaceships. You know, you should be familiar with that.
Did we actually move a castle on that first episode?
Yes, we did.
What did we use?
We used large helicopters. We recruited Elon to come up with a really cool trenching device. And then we were able to trench, pluck the castle out of the ground as if it was a Lego piece, using our Hind helicopters, transport to a large freighter.
Isn't it Hind, not Hind?
I thought it was Hind.
Hind makes it sound like it's your butt or the rear end.
They're Hind.
I think it's Hind.
No, it's not like ketchup. They're not ketchup.
Hinds.
They're not ketchup helicopters.
What if they were painted tomato red?
So we would then pluck the castle, put it on the freighter, using and then when we got to the U.S., we didn't bring the Hinds because they were, so we used a bunch of Hercules
Yeah, the Hercules,
to
yes.
put it in place in its new Lego location. That is how you move a castle.
That was a very good synopsis.
As opposed to one brick at a time.
Do you want to cover what episode 2 was in that first season?
Oh, episode 2.
Yeah.
How to live in space.
We did.
No, we did not live in space. We actually died every single time.
Every single
because apparently you refused to save humanity from the virus.
What virus?
There's always the space zombie virus, and it starts on the space station, and we couldn't let anyone go. And I tried to crash it into the sun, and you rebelled against me.
Well, no. It ended up going into like far reaches of the galaxy, not actually getting anything, which is miraculous.
No, I tried to crash into the sun, and you fought me on that, and ultimately we did end up drifting off into, I don't know, we probably ran into the Borg and died.
Humans died many times over.
Yes.
And then at the end of it, the only thing that was still alive was the black soldier fly.
Yes, which we were eating.
And the aliens, which are very, very far away, possibly
who are laughing at
humanoids,
us for some odd reason.
because we've all seen Star Trek, all aliens are humanoid.
No.
Except for species, was it 4327 or whatever? Anyways.
Yeah. Well, no.
Whatever it was. That was Voyager, right? Okay.
Who?
The one with the weird alien species in it. The Borg got destroyed too.
I don't voyage.
You didn't watch Voyager?
I did not feel Voyager. I am sorry.
Oh man.
Voyager didn't do it for me. I was like,
I like Voyager. I'm rewatching
No.
all 30
No.
seasons of Voyager,
No.
and each one of them has like 25, 26 episodes.
No.
Why
Voyager.
not?
I don't know why. It just never clicked for me. It just never. I could never. No. Granted, 7 of 9, but still, no. I just couldn't. It just didn't work for me.
You know, her coming back in Picard.
You're gonna ruin that for people.
I'm not ruining it for anybody. I'm giving them a reason to watch Picard.
I'm cracking a cold one.
Here it comes. Yes. It's alright. It's only 11 in the morning. But it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
Is that the new Coke energy?
Yeah.
I haven't had that.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a soda since 2008.
It's not bad.
I mean, I'm over here with my creatine. That tells you anything.
And the reason he needs creatine is to keep the massive muscle tissue that they put over the robotic frame, functioning and alive.
Okay, well, something's malfunctioning then. Anyways, so yeah, what was the third episode?
What would you do with your own island?
Oh yes, what would I do with
Apparently your island was only about a 6x6 box with a little dock on it, so you could pull up this massive cruise ship so you could fish.
Yes, I do like fishing.
Apparently my island was an entire continent that sucked in Manhattan and other things.
Well, I'll agree your island sucked. I like my island.
My island was fun and entertaining. It had gaming, it had theme parkage. It was a blast to hang out on.
I thought the whole idea of me having my own island is just kind of get away from everybody else.
Yeah, but I'm not that antisocial.
Oh, well.
You know, the 2 or 3 people I know would be able to come and have fun on my island.
2 or 3 people you know, which means I'd be included.
But you'd only like to hang out and fish.
No, I wouldn't want to live there.
You'd be bored.
It wouldn't be my island.
Well, no.
Would I have room to bring my yacht? The silence is deafening.
I'd probably send one of the helicopters off Manhattan over to get you from your yacht.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because then they could fly me back after I was drunk.
Exactly. You don't
Wouldn't
even have to
worry
sail.
about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good idea.
Make life easier.
Hey, what was the next episode that we did there?
After that, we had our Not a Thanksgiving special.
Oh, we did. And do you remember what it is we covered in the Not a Thanksgiving special? Because it wasn't Thanksgiving. Yeah. I don't remember either.
Wow.
You know what? I think it was the strangest places in the world that I don't
Yes,
know.
that was the one where you went to that island and got attacked by the wolves.
The foxes, yes.
Yeah.
They didn't attack me.
Well,
they just kind
they
of
had a discussion with you over the pizza.
Yes, it was,
and they won.
Yes.
That's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, and then me getting robbed at a bar.
Yeah.
In Greece.
Yeah, that was actually quite the story.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go out drinking later.
No.
Oh well.
Yeah. Oh, let me see what the next one is there. You've been reading all of these.
It's the donut one.
Oh, what's wrong with being a donut?
Well, it's there's nothing. It's not. It was what's wrong. It was the donuts, the good thing, because you take meat and you put it in there. That way you're getting your protein and your carbohydrates.
Well, I think in that I covered the theory I had that human beings are also donuts. That from the top there's a hole to the bottom, like a donut with the donut hole already punched out of it. Not like munchkins, as you kept calling them. And then around the donut is the head, the arms, and the legs. But if you stretch out that donut, create a digestive tract out of that hole, and connect both ends, your mouth hole is connected to your anus hole.
So, people, notice how he's analyzing how the human body functions, just like the alien I predicted he was.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so like I said, the best thing in the world would be a meat-filled donut, specifically Chinese barbecue pork.
That does sound good, but
all day.
I don't want the carbs of an actual.
Why not?
The donut.
Why not?
On top of I don't. I just
Dude,
don't want.
best post-workout ever. Hit the gym hard. You've got protein and carbs for recovery in a tasty form.
Well, I understand the reasoning for a high sugar post-hard workout because it kind of shocks your body into a mild diabetic shock, which is supposed to help suck out fat. I don't know if it actually works or not.
Well, only one way to find out. The meat donut.
A lot of people have told me in the past that, hey, it works great. Some of the best bodybuilders I've ever met, they're like, hey, that's what I do. But there's also a bunch of them that are like, no way, I ain't doing that. I don't want to be diabetic. And, I don't like the idea or the thought of having to keep checking blood sugar by forcing myself to bleed every day and then shoving myself with needles later on. Ever.
You're
I don't want to do
gonna
needles.
get diabetes from a single post-workout donut?
No, well, no. If I were to do
We're not
that,
eating like a case of Krispy Kreme here.
but this would be a daily thing for me because I go to the gym anywhere between like 2 to 9 hours a day. So, I mean, yes, they're open again, thankfully.
Once
I was
again,
going stir crazy.
but your caloric burn after a heavy set of so describe your leg workout.
It's every day. I do legs every day. That's kind of my thing.
So you do legs every day.
Every day.
What do you do for legs every day?
Squats. That's barbell squats. I do
Front or back?
both.
Okay.
Hack squats. That's my front ones. I do hack squats on the wall, so I get extra quad firing. I do the machine for leg extensions, the machine for leg curls. I do the squat machine where I put my feet all the way at the bottom of it for calves as well. And I max that thing out. I have to do one leg at a time. It's ridiculous. It only goes to 300 pounds.
I haven't heard any adduction or abduction in this yet.
What do you mean? Oh, the whole scissor movement? The problem that I have with that is I have damage to my hips, lower back, and knees. So doing anything that's other than your direct forward movement, any sort of lateral movement, is A, incredibly painful,
That's not positive.
and B, incredibly painful. So while I do them unweighted and I do them with my ab exercises, and I don't do my ab exercises during the time that I'm in the gym. I actually do that at home when I'm cold, when it's like commercials on a television show I'm watching, or if I'm on Netflix or something in between episodes.
So you don't do abductor movements?
I do, but not weighted.
Gotcha. But what you just described was an extremely intense workout. So you're probably burning what? Something upwards of 600 calories in your workout.
When I was at my max last time, I counted my calories and it was around 6,000 daily.
Burned?
Consumed.
No, I'm talking actual caloric burn.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know. I don't count how much I actually burn according to it. Because when you do supersetting, which means that you have 2 exercises.
And you're taking very little rest.
And there's no rest. The only rest you have is when you're changing weights.
Exactly.
You're doing, like, so for example, yesterday when we did chest and back, it was like bench press with the dumbbells going into rows with the dumbbells. And that's 3 sets or 4 sets of bench press with the dumbbell bench, right? Flat.
One warm up, 3
But
working.
you're no. 1 warm up doesn't count, so it's really 5 if you want to do that.
Really? You
Yeah.
do a warm up and 4 working?
We do the lightest weight there is for the actual movement itself.
Yeah,
to prepare
to
the body.
work through the range of motion and get the joints lubricated and everything.
Then set 1 is what you think the weight is supposed to be. And then your answer to what weight it is it's going to be for the next sets depends on how many reps you could actually do. If you exceeded 15 on set 1,
So you're working
you increase
on
weight. Working on what? By the way, 6 sets
You're
is
working
also
on RPE, rate of perceived exertion. So each day you work out isn't necessarily the same weight. It's what your body can handle that day.
correct.
Oh my God! Props. That is awesome. Okay, well, we're getting sidetracked. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I also do targeted sweating for, like, I'm trying to get my abs to, yeah. So I have a band that's 8 inches wide that I put around me for about 3 to 4 hours a day, and it sweats terribly. So if I'm in the gym, when I start doing my leg exercises, which I always do at the beginning of every single workout, and then sometimes I'll roll into cardio, like the elliptical machine or the treadmill or something, to help work out that lactic acid from working the legs, but also continues to increase blood flow and heart rate, preparing for everything else. I get on the treadmill or the elliptical machine, sometimes the bike if I want to play on my phone because I'm being, lazy or whatever. Bike just seems so much easier. It doesn't matter what it is you put on it.
Oh, that.
When you're almost 250 pounds and it's almost entirely in your upper body, the treadmill feels really easy. Like, remember 12 years ago, is when I transitioned from running like 6 miles a day into weights.
Mm.
And yeah, that was one of these days we'll talk about that transition period. It was pretty interesting.
That's going to be a great episode.
That'll be a good story right there. Speaking of story, we have so many. We did 15, 16 episodes.
But once again, the meat donut would be perfect after one of those workouts. I'm just saying.
Don't completely agree with the high sugar and
Well,
carbohydrate
it doesn't
content.
necessarily have to be. You'd have to make your own meat
But I'm
donut.
not saying that is necessarily a bad thing because many bodybuilders I know do that post workout.
But you could make your own meat donut and not use as much sugar and probably use like a whole grain flour, so you get a lot of fiber in there.
Correct.
So that way you're actually creating a healthy meat donut post workout Jimmy that's tasty.
It sounds like a sandwich.
Moving on. Take all the fun out of this. I don't know.
Oh, what was the next one?
And then the next one was the transatlantic motorcycle bike.
And Elon Musk makes an appearance again.
Elon's our boy. Look,
Yeah.
Elon sent men to space.
Yeah, he did. He sent a car. He sent all sorts of stuff. And I even saw a video the other day where Jay Leno was driving his new Cybertruck.
I love that truck.
It looks really, really interesting. The problem with it is that Elon said that it's too big. So in the form that it is that they showed, just like I predicted, it would not fit in anybody's garage. They would not be able to use it as their daily driver because it's not going to fit in the Walmart parking lot in any of their spaces. They have to decrease the size by at least 5%. And that was his answer.
Hold on. Have you seen the things that pass for trucks around here?
Oh, yes.
They are considerably larger than that thing is.
Plenty of the bro trucks, jacked up and wheels sticking way too far out the side.
The wheels alone are an entire vehicle.
Yeah.
So they have to occupy 2 parking spaces now. Am I
Yes.
wrong?
No, anybody that's listened to this and say you're further north and down in the southern regions of the states, we have something that's very popular. And that is for guys to get these gigantic, largest possible diesel pickup trucks, jack them up as far as they can. I mean, they have like this lattice work underneath of them that looks like monster trucks you'd see at the Monster Jam.
We're talking.
And then these tires
decent lift
and
kits.
wheels that stick out so far that you couldn't possibly move it left or right inside your lane by an inch and it still be not touching either of those lane strips. I mean, they're enormous.
Big.
I don't, it's really rare to see any of them parked anywhere near the front at Walmart.
That's because they need 2 spaces.
They need at least 2 spaces. I mean, 4 to 6 doors, long bed, gigantic. I mean, some of these guys, they're really high tech on it too. They open up their door, which is remote controlled, and then a ladder, which is also hydraulic controlled by remote, extends out from underneath the truck, and they climb up.
You missed the whole entire array of neon.
Oh, there is lots of lights. Sometimes there's lights in the wheels.
Yes, there are. Yes.
Yeah, the truck life is big, figuratively and literally.
But Elon's truck's not bigger than any of those.
No, but when you look at any of these vehicles that are stock, the ones that are like the F-350 diesel, right, from Ford, that's a big truck.
Joey, yeah.
But it can still fit into a garage. No, maybe not the long bed. I mean, that would be too long, But that's a work truck. What they want to do for this Cybertruck is they want it to be something that everybody can use if they want.
But here in Florida, you just park it on your lawn like everybody else.
Well, in that case, you'd have to have at least one wheel off in a block.
Why?
Well, A, nobody will want to steal your car. And then B, it'll match the other cars on blocks.
Or you could just, purchase a home that was previously owned by someone with an RV and park it in the RV port.
Oh, there's an option.
There's plenty of those around here, yeah.
Yeah, when old people either move.
Why's it got to be old people?
Well, for the most part, it's not young people buying RVs.
Oh, nowadays, it's starting to proliferate, my friend.
I don't know anybody my age or younger that owns an RV. None. You do? Well, you're a bit older than me. So.
No, that
You mean
they
my
are your age or younger, yes.
Ah. Okay.
Quality of life, and they could afford an RV, and they went out and bought one.
For anybody curious, I am 40.
I am not.
He keeps saying he's old as Methuselah over here.
I remember him.
Oh,
He was a good guy.
Speaking of Tesla's vehicles,
Oh man.
did you know that Elon, bless him for being the nerd he is. That's why he connects so well with the people. The labeling of their cars, the car models, is S2E1. So Teslas are sexy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say S to the third, and then X and Y chromosomes. I was going in a different direction there.
Clearly.
I don't know. I'm just not.
But you wanted everybody to see that
My nerdification is different than your nerdification.
Yeah, the nerd speak is sexy. I guess.
Right, so after we did that, we had our not Christmas special.
Oh, right.
Where we discussed that we could not politically...
It's right, we tried to write a song.
That was not politically offensive to any race, religion, creed. We didn't want to know any belief structure. It was... What was the song?
I believe the only lyrics we could come up with that didn't hurt anybody's feeling whatsoever was that we would eat grass in the summer, and there was humming.
But wouldn't that offend the meatitarians, because now we're depriving their grass-fed cows?
You see, it just doesn't work. I mean, I am a carnivore. So for somebody like
cars?
Me, no.
See, there's the robot thing again.
Carnivorous.
Notice how he has to keep the infrastructure functioning by consuming metals.
No, a carnivore means that something has to die for my consumption in every meal.
But grass has to die. The plant has to die. Everything.
Well, pulling the leaves off the grass doesn't kill the grass.
Yeah, but when you cut down your asparagus, it's dead.
Asparagus.
Your asparagus, it's dead. When you cook it, it's really dead then.
I don't like asparagus.
Why do you not like asparagus?
It's not the taste. It's what happens after
That is annoying.
Makes it to the end of the donut.
Yeah. That is slightly annoying.
That is, yeah.
It is pungent.
It is repulsive.
No, it's pungent. I'm going to go as far as repulsive. Repulsive is a little on the far end.
Well, sometimes when I work out for a much longer amount of time, I sweat tremendously. And it's hard to keep up with the water intake. So the next day, the liquid that comes out in the morning that everybody experiences
is asparagus.
Is a bit darker and has a bit of a scent to it. Now, when there's some asparagus that gets mixed into that,
good times.
It would gag a maggot.
Wow.
So
that's fairly hardcore right there.
Yeah. So eating grass in the summertime.
Trees. When you eat your little trees on their plate, you have to kill them.
What, like broccoli?
Yeah.
I don't know.
To kill it.
I don't know if
it's
that
got
kills the plant or not.
It's once you steam it, I'm not thinking it's.
No, I mean like removing the stalk.
No, but you don't. Are you eating it raw?
Sometimes.
Well, then it's probably still alive-ish at that point. But when you steam it, it's dead.
Well, it's never yelled when I chewed on it.
But how do you know? Do you speak broccoli?
I don't, but
exactly. So you wouldn't even know if it did. What happens if it's screaming in an audio range that you cannot detect with your alien
that
scanning ears thing?
It makes me wonder. Since the Buddhists are the whole non-harm thing, they don't like stepping on grass, they don't squish bugs, they're very careful as far as like respecting all other life. What do they eat?
See, that's where true veganism came from. You have to wait for it to fall off the tree.
Wow. But if you ate an apple that fell off an apple tree, wouldn't you be interrupting its way of procreating? Because if that's...
Yeah, but you didn't kill to get the apple.
Eliminate its germination?
Pluck the apple. Buddha granted you the apple.
Okay.
So you had the ability to eat the apple.
Okay. But you're
not killing.
You're still
not killing.
You're still adding hardship to the procreation of the plant.
But the plant can eat this thousands upon thousands of seeds over the course of one growing season.
If you ate the apple
and spit out the seeds,
returned the seeds
to the soil,
or planted them,
exactly,
you would be assisting. So I can see that.
So you're essentially a squirrel.
Okay.
And you're now part of this, part of nature's cycle.
Okay. All right. Well, next episode we. Yeah. Okay.
How to survive a New Year's party.
Oh man, that was the one where I was talking about being on the top floor and throwing burning mattresses and stuff off.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Did that one cover the Australian and the the wrecking a car?
yeah, I think that one covered the wrecking the
and
car.
shooting the guy in the foot.
Yep.
Yeah. That was. Boy, that was special. I don't know what
Is
else
that
to
why
call
it was a special? It was a New Year's special.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? No, it was not a New Year's special. We didn't want to do, like the rest of the robots, where they follow the whole mainstream. So we're not talking about some
As
goofy
opposed
virus.
to being like
or
salmon, where we swim
go against the stream. Yeah. We should have named ourselves Salmon. We're going against the stream.
Salmon who?
Salmon you. Slamming salmon.
As long as we didn't cross the streams, because it would be hard for
Oh
salmon
yeah, then
to
you'd
cross
have
the
no
streams.
containment.
Theoretically. Well, but apparently you cross the streams when it's a god class, though.
Don't cross the streams is also the rule when you're at the ballpark at the urinal. They have the trough.
Okay, so the next episode we covered was why are people scared of clowns?
I think the conclusion we came to that one was that they shouldn't be.
It's an irrational fear.
Yeah.
I mean, clowns are supposed to be funny. They're entertaining. They're there to bring smiles to kids' faces and do low-level prestidigitation. And
Yeah, they fold little dinosaurs.
They fold themselves
and
into really small cars.
And saw each other in boxes. Wait, no, that's magicians.
That's magicians. No. Clowns shoot you in the face with acid flowers.
Ooh, or fly out of cannons.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, those are
Well, it could be trapeze artists, I suppose.
And they throw that bucket of water that's actually confetti at you, and you're all scared because one clown threw a bucket of water at the other. So
one thing you'd never see a clown at is a donkey show in Mexico. There's no way you'd have a clown there.
Okay.
I mean, if you did, you'd probably be scared of them, be
Don't
honest,
get
because that'd be the wrong spot for a clown.
Correlation there at all, but okay.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking about the poor donkey that's got to fall off the thing, and then you just kind of feel bad for the donkey later part,
Once again, no knowledge of what you're talking about, but okay.
What if, maybe she was dressed up like a clown?
All right, so next we covered Dare to Comment.
Oh, you had a friend that responded to the whole email address thing and had a comment about the tube.
Yes, because it would actually impede transit.
Well, it was the transatlantic motorcycle ride that it was commenting on. And it was such a good comment that we had to make an entire episode about it.
Because realistically, Elon would then come up with hover ships, and they would really not.
Which leads us to, if you want to comment, we dare you, because we may make an entire episode out of your comment.
And that's sufficiently disturbing to make most people not want to comment.
Yeah, well, if you want to, it's notrobotsquestions@gmail.com, or you can go to anchor.fm/not-robots and leave us a voice message.
Note the dashing part. When you're in doubt, just dash. Run for the hills.
Well, it's /dash. Guess we covered.
Why did /dash?
Oh, well, then it's anchor.com/not-robots.
So
/dash.
So you slash a person and you run away.
What, you dotted them, then you slashed them, and then you ran?
I think that pretty much took care of that individual. Where's John Wick when we need him? I mean, seriously.
Boy's got some knife skills.
Seriously.
Speaking of which,
I want that safe though.
Every Friday night that I'm off of work, my kids and I, we watch.
John Wick?
Well, we watch a movie.
Oh.
We usually follow a series. Well, right now we're in the Matrix series, speaking of Keanu Reeves.
We didn't know us talking about John Wick.
Well, it's still Keanu Reeves.
No, it's John Wick.
Okay. Well, And we watched the second Matrix, the one called Reloaded, I guess was it?
Yes.
The one where the Smith is me, and me too, and there's like 1,000 Smiths.
Well, just 'cause
And the virus Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it gets really confusing, and everybody tends to fall asleep at the white room with all the television screens, and the guy that never stops talking has the white beard. You are the sixth one. You were quicker than the others. And,
Vaguely remember.
oh boy, I don't even remember what it is he said. But my kids did tell me that I fell asleep during that part.
Now you know what happened during that.
Yeah. The part that everybody should have skipped. Or the part that maybe they just shouldn't have put in the movie.
But it was important. There was information conveyed. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's partially important. You could have written the entire story about where it was the first time, and this is the first time they've ever had to panic over it. Instead of it, oops, they've done it again and again and again, and we've always stopped them, and blah blah blah. No, but this is the sixth Zion. We have destroyed them all. We will destroy this one, and we will destroy the next. It is an anomaly that. Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so next episode we had our guest speaker, the Google
Oh yeah,
Mini.
yeah, the Google Home Mini. I think they call it the Google Nest Mini now.
Yeah, because they bought Nest, and now all of a sudden everything
Right.
is Google and Nest, and it's
Well,
it's nested though.
I actually bought the Google Nest Home Max, the one that has the screen on it.
You bought that thing?
Well, no, my wife bought it.
Okay.
Okay, but she wanted the thing. She always gets what she wants. No big deal. And that thing it's pretty interesting. If you're like pulling anything up on your phone and you want it to be wherever, you go boop, and it's on the thing.
Oh, you can easily cast to it.
Oh yeah, like anything. I can make my screen from my phone be that screen. So absolutely anything I can do on my phone is now on there, and it works the same, touchscreen and all.
Except for can you make phone calls with it?
You do everything with it.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's VoIP enabled, so it'll
Everything.
VoIP bridge out for your phone call?
Well, not just voice, is you can also do video chat too.
Well,
Through
yeah,
your
but
phone
that makes sense. But phone calling
Well, like
is
that. You know how Facebook Messenger has the thing now where you can like do like Zoom or Discord or whatever and have a bunch of people on it, but it's all pictures and everybody talking at the same time.
Yeah.
You can do that exact same thing through all of that. In fact, you can use any of those apps on the thing too. Really neat. Really super stupid easy too.
So it's essentially the phone without the radio. The only radios it has in it is most likely Bluetooth and Wi-Fi.
Right.
Intriguing.
But I could right now on my phone pull up the whole Nest thing and click the camera and see what's going on in my living room.
Oh, good. So more cool things. So hackers, new toys
Well,
for you to.
Here's the thing though.
Okay, enlighten me.
Because I tried diving that thing as much as I could to try to screw with it network wise, get into the camera, look at it any way I can. And I did. However, on the screen of the thing comes up saying your camera is being viewed. And there is no way around that. That camera turns on and anything is watching it at all, it says your camera is being viewed. And you don't have to cover it with like tape or anything like that because there's a physical disconnect switch on the back that you can go.
And turn
And
the
it
camera off?
physically disconnects the microphone, physically disconnects the camera, and any ability to use it whatsoever. Even if you were to touch the screen, tell it to do it, no matter what it is you did, it's a physical disconnect switch on the back of the thing. Fantastic.
Wow, dead man switch. That's pretty smart.
Exactly. I mean, it cuts power to the camera. Boom. Physically disconnected. Old school slider switch. Not some digital
Like a
switch.
wall plate switch, you know, a big.
Well, it's similar to the switch that you have behind your head there. Only it's a slide.
They don't know about that.
Not the one on your head.
Oh, my bad.
You're like plugged into with the Matrix. I know Kung Fu. But you can get a whole lot more instead of like what we did as far as tell me a joke and weather and stuff like that. is you can have it where it can do facial recognition, so it knows exactly which one of my kids is in front of it, my wife or myself are in front of it, and in the morning when I get up and I turn the lights on, it's used to my routine to go up and press the thing as far as like I don't say, hey Google, tell me the weather. I just press the button because I don't want to talk. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm getting ready for work. It comes up on screen and instead of reading it to me, shows it to me when I look at it. The very first thing it does is tell me what the weather is because that's exactly what it is I want it to do. And I don't touch anything. It's remembered exactly what it is I want based upon my face and has followed my routine. And it's fantastic.
And somewhat frightening, but okay.
Well, I suppose it could send the whole facial recognition stuff back if it wanted to. But you can opt out of anything. It says on the thing, anytime that it's going to send anything back, because of laws for privacy, security, and so on, whatever it's going to send has to tell you, hey, this is what I'm going to send. Is that okay? And that's what you do in setup. And I went, no. So if it does, then, I mean, Google's a pretty big company. They could probably afford whatever it is that, my lawyer would get for me. But
after the 20 years it took for you to actually get their lawyers engaged enough of the dragging you through the mud slowly but surely forward progressing so that you've spent $10 million and then you settle for $10 million so you get nothing.
There is possibly that option. But it is really nice to wake up in the morning and then when I turn on the lights and go near it because that's somewhere I'm going to where my bag is for work stuff. And then I want the weather and it sees that I'm up, it knows that I'm doing that time, it follows that routine, exactly what it is I would have done as far as pressing the thing, and it shows it to me automatically. Now, if I want to disable that option, all that option's there to not do it.
So when you get the coronavirus vaccine and turn into a zombie and your ritual's still the same, it's going to continue to show you even though you won't care at that point.
Well, I think we might not have the internet at that point.
So well, why not? Why would the internet?
Well, if everybody turns into a zombie, who's going to type in or whatever.
So only the maintenance. That's all being run by computers.
It probably is.
So a lot of stuff. See, Skynet will probably take out the zombies for us, but then we would be the zombies. So Skynet's actually going to solve all of our problems.
What was it? What's the name of that guy again? He was in the wheelchair and he's the smartest man in the world.
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. That's right. Sorry, Hawking. My bad. He said that there's a artificial intelligence critical mass, and he has an entire thesis written about it.
That at some point it will become self-aware once there's enough.
And it would be the ultimate destruction of humans.
Let's hope that he's wrong.
Has he been?
So
hey, next one.
So the next. Well, actually, he has because Neil deGrasse Tyson proved him wrong.
Oh.
So he has been wrong.
Is that the edge of the galaxy equations?
Yeah,
right, because it pulses and there's fire or something.
Yeah, so he has been proven wrong.
Right.
But not about everything. So
well, it's Newtonian physics change at the edge of the galaxy. Pulsing, which is, I mean, that's a whole weird idea. Maybe we are living in a giant marble. Like the end of Men in Black. What was the episode that we did after that one?
Let's get time warped.
That was. What do you remember about that one?
Was that the one where we were talking about time and warp speed? And because this was post Google, so we actually came back to Star Trek and which ship was fastest and what was maximum warp and how much in time and space and the TARDIS.
And you know what? Google was actually wrong.
Yes.
Because they said the fastest warp speed achieved was 9.9.
Actually, it was 9.99, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, well.
9.9.
Because warp 10 bad.
Warp 10 was transwarp, and it said that nobody had ever gone to that. But that's wrong because on Star Trek Voyager.
Once again, even Star Trek ignored Star Trek Voyager. You were saying,
Tom Paris took a shuttlecraft to transwarp.
And even Google ignored that.
That's right. Google ignored the fastest
Which shows that even Voyager doesn't count. So,
oh, I like it though.
I'm sorry.
I'm not real fond of the whole.
I've discovered that time is irrelevant thanks to Spore Drive, and or as I like to call it, Puke Drive. Because if you were on a ship that did that thing they do for Spore Drive to activate, you would be hurling your guts out.
You gotta have some serious inertial dampening to make that happen. If you don't know what inertial dampening is, that's when they go from like their normal speed to warp speed like instantly,
and you're not stuck to the back of the ship.
Because without it, they would basically be the horizontal road pizza.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you have no idea what you catch an episode of Discovery, especially one of the ones when they're using Spore Drive regularly.
Or another example is the TV show The Expanse.
Remember? They have Spore Drive in The Expanse?
No, they don't. But in The Expanse, they go through the ring. This guy who's this daredevil with this racing ship goes through the ring as fast as he can, and as he gets to the ring, it stop. I'm sorry if that was really loud, but he became a forward projected road pizza.
I'm gonna have to get this Expanse.
Which would be the exact opposite of what would happen if they went from regular to warp speed.
But once again, you think that was bad, that whole entire Spore Drive thing, I'm like, that...
Exactly. They gotta have hella inertial dampening.
I think that everything would have separated. Like, the bones would have separated from the tendons.
How did the cells not come off the ship? That was my question.
I didn't understand how the ship didn't...
It leads me into a question. Because on Voyager, the cells, they're flat. The warp nacelles. Those are the blue things that are inside of the spaceship on the Star Trek. They're flat when they're just flying around, but when they go to warp, they rotate into a V shape.
Okay.
Now, is it possible that they may extend outside of their warp bubble, so they'd have to bring it in? And if that was the case, why would they ever be flat?
Or is it the case that it's their proximity and the field that they create in that proximity as part of the equation?
I don't know. But why would they move?
We had anybody that versed in Star Trek that may be able to answer this question, please do.
Dude, I'm several seasons into re-watching Star Trek Voyager.
And that is your fault.
And I don't have an answer for it. If somebody knows the answer, please, notrobotsquestions@gmail.com. It wouldn't be a question, it would be an answer. But, or, the anchor.fm/not-robots that we covered.
Yes, dot somebody and slash somebody and then answer his question.
Yes. But, yeah, why do the warp nacelles move on the ship? I don't understand.
Once again, because I can't hang on this one. The next episode was Reminiscence to Your Youth. Hot and spicy.
Oh, man. What happened in that one?
We discussed hot and spicy.
Yes, there was hot stuff.
And the difference between flavor and just anguish.
Right. That was the brand that I can't tell the name of.
Yes.
Yeah. That I went, oh, what is this? Prunes?
Yeah, you found it. It was. How do you make a prune? Oh my God!
What? You can taste it? Yeah, it's not that. Oh! Oh my God.
Once again,
I've never had anguish like that.
Because he's able to detect subtle flavors that humans can't. Oh, sorry.
When you've been hit with tasers and you know what the actual anguish of that is, and you've been covered with police-grade chemical agent, the spray, like mace or whatever you call it now, the stuff that basically closes your eyes and makes your sinuses explode, and your skin feels like on fire, still not even close to as bad. Or we'll use an example of when you go through boot camp, any of our veterans out there, and you get hit with the OC tablets, and the gas chamber, as it's called. Well, I remember guys freaking out at the thing, and it was hilarious. And I liked it. I wanted to go back in, because it cleared my sinuses so much that for the first time in my life, I could smell milk. I had no idea that milk had a smell. And since then, I still haven't been able to smell milk.
So you just need to gas yourself again.
Well, no, because if it's the police stuff, all it does is clog my sinuses.
No, the
it doesn't
military
open
grade
up for me.
the military grade stuff, obviously.
Right, the ones that they cooked off their tablets and their pan with the fan and the, Yeah, I need that. It actually opened the sinuses. Yeah, it hurt. It felt like I was shoving my head into an oven, full blast right towards my face. But I mean, that's not so bad.
All right, so the next episode was.
What was the episode number of this next one?
You see episode numbers.
Oh no, I don't have it numbered on there. But it was the EM apocalypse.
Yes, EM apocalypse.
Yes, that was the apocalypse
With EM.
with EMP.
Yep, EM
That
apocalypse.
discussed
As opposed to PM apocalypse.
how many of the countries with nuclear devices don't have them armed for ground assaulting, but they don't have them where they do ground to impact.
Airburst.
That's right. They would do high altitude nuclear detonation or HAMD
Or as
to
opposed
create
to starburst.
to create a controlled EMP. Basically, would destroy all electronics. Much like a incredibly strong solar flare, and then based upon the height of that explosion would depend on how intense it was, or how wide of an effect that you wanted. So yeah, you could attack a country and then have them destroy themselves before you ever even got there, because we all know what happened when we ran out of toilet paper.
Yeah, that is very much true.
Yeah.
So let's move on from that topic because we're not covering that here. First world problems.
Oh,
What the heck was that?
Do you remember that one?
First world problems.
Yeah. I don't remember what we discussed in the first world problems.
It had to do with technology and didn't it have to do with technology and my something didn't work today and I can't remember.
That's right. I guess I was having problems with a video game or something.
Yeah, it was something like
Something
really,
that absolutely doesn't matter. It was super trivial.
but it was a first world
And
problem.
it's still hilarious.
Because yeah.
Because it was our subject.
Exactly, because it was our subject. New Age chivalry.
Oh yeah, that's where I was getting chivalry blocked. Yeah. Or I try to give a lady my seat or an elderly seat, and they're like, no, not you. You can't open that door. Oh, I got it. No.
You're not empowering them.
I don't look. I was raised, to be polite.
But you're holding on to a set of standards from a time long gone by. We no longer live in that age.
Yeah, that ended 6 months ago.
Well, according to this, February. It ended in February.
Oh, okay. So 4 months ago.
Yeah. So we no longer live in an age where we've got to be. You can't. You got to empower.
So that probably ended right at the end of season 1.
No opening doors or anything. You can open your own door because you obviously have arms and legs and you can body weight and rotate the trunk and pull the door open and go merrily along the way.
I have hands and feet too.
Well, a lot of people seem to have those. So
most people are born with them.
Most. But by opening doors, you're saying I don't believe that your hands, feet, and trunk rotation skills are as good as mine. So you're demeaning them.
Well, I already had to open it for myself. I don't see what is wrong with holding the door open for the next person.
So you're preventing them having the opportunity of doing that workout.
But I'm also preventing them from having to put their hands where everybody else had their hands, possibly saving them from anything later on where they may end up getting a virus.
Perhaps in this current day and age, chivalry may make a resurgence because people are cognizant of that now.
Well, I'm all for that then.
But I doubt it because
I doubt it too.
You're still demeaning them by not letting them open their door.
That would also mean that they would have to get within 6 feet of you because you're opening the door.
Sorry.
Yes. You don't want to, any special beer names for that one.
No.
No Modella virus.
Yeah, no. Where's my line?
Yeah. So maybe you're gonna open the door for them and then they'll wait. No, you go ahead.
So in fact, in this current environment, you know what you should do?
Sneeze on everybody you can. Only when they have their mouth open and you're within 3 inches.
Spray the door spray the door handle with disinfectant, and then just walk away.
So I should walk around with a bottle of Lysol.
Oh no! You need holsters and 2 bottles of Lysol.
Okay. At least 2.
Yes.
I should have a bandolero of Lysol bottles.
Well, theoretically, you should spray the air so that if you cough or they cough, the Lysol kills it in the air, and then spray the door handle.
Okay.
So you're creating an environment of antiviral, and then you're spraying antivirus on the. Yeah.
So spraying the
In fact, you know, like the mosquito truck. You should actually have like a little harness thingy, so you like every few seconds as you walk.
Okay, well here in Florida, I don't know if any other states do this, because they didn't when I lived in any other state that I don't remember, is we have this thing called a mosquito truck. And it is a truck with a giant barrel on the back of it, and a pump that sprays mosquito death gas.
Wow!
Right out
of
of the
mosquito death gas.
This is what it is. It kills mosquitoes.
And you can always tell when they're out, because it's usually about an hour or 2 after dark, when after dusk is fully
As the sun's
embraced.
still on the edge of down.
And the mosquitoes are usually their most active, and you'll hear this sound. So it sounds like you're being buzzed by a small aircraft, but it's the mosquito truck.
Well, or if you had a mosquito, which is the state bird here, buzzing in each ear.
A mosquito the size of a, say, sparrow.
Yeah, the Florida state bird, the mosquito. But you had one buzzing in each ear, but it was tuned down a little bit. It's not quite as loud, not as high pitched.
Yeah, not as high pitched.
It's really, really similar. Kind of like you have a Cessna that's buzzing your house.
Or somebody's RC plane.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a RC plane. Not the jet planes, ones with the propellers.
Yeah, like heading straight for your head. It sounds just like that.
Yeah. Well, it's a low flyby, and somehow it kills mosquitoes.
It was Maverick.
Unless he crashed it, then it's Goose.
That was terrible.
Oh, boy.
That was truly terrible.
All right, now, welcome back again to Not Robots. We're glad to have you back. This is the season 2. We're going to try to get everything back in line since the world is coming back to as close to normal as it's going to get. Yeah, quit coughing at anybody. Don't sneeze in anybody's mouth. Don't forget to wash your hands. And
Wait,
that's the rules for life now. Wash your hands.
we're supposed to wash our hands?
Don't sneeze in anybody's mouth.
I thought that once you built up a good coating, you'd kill the bacteria.
Well, I believe that the bacteria will go to war with other bacteria, and they'd ultimately kill themselves.
Or
with,
they would,
tiny little nukes going off.
Or they would create an armistice and join forces to create a super bacteria.
Ooh, what do you think would happen then? Probably zombies, but that's for another story. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks and welcome back. And we'll see you on the next one. We hope, or you'll hear us on the next one, I suppose.
Well, if you people are brave enough to pitch topics.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah. If our listeners feel bold and spicy enough to pitch topics, please feel free to make suggestions of things you'd like to hear us cover in our regular podcast as we try to bring you entertainment in a world gone mad.
Going all the way from sophisticated to realistic. I like it. Anyways, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or complaints about anything you heard here, send it to us at notrobotsquestions, that's one word, @gmail.com. Or you can send us a voice message if by chance your little finger dingles aren't working too well. Or, if you want to give us a nice, good, caring voice, that's anchor.fm/not-robots.
Come on back, Jeremy. Come on back.
Come back, Shane. Come back.
Teach me how to shoot a gun, Shane.
You're fishing on the wrong side of the pond, boy.
Shane. Come back, Shane.
See those shadows over there? You're scaring the fish. Go from the other side.
For those of you that don't know the reference to that movie, was that Alan Ladd? Alan Ladd back in 1950 something? I don't even remember. Look that up.
It's the movie Shane.
Yes, the movie Shane.
Yes.
Who?
Shane.
Yeah, Shane.
So, like Shane, we want you to come back and join us again
Well said.
for season 2, episode 2. Sometime.
Deuce.
Sometime it'll be there. Deuces. All right.
Bye-bye. Stop it.